information today. We have the Divine Feminine and the Queen of Questing. Why you are waiting. The Matrix answer. So the only answer that could be is that you're not balanced enough. Okay? Now, we're going to on why people are waiting. Okay? Last night in Astro, what we did, think of somebody, I picked Tasha from Tasha's Divine Guidance. Okay? She may or may not remember, and she may or may not be listening to this. I don't know. It doesn't matter. We teamed up with somebody with the letter T. So think of who you teamed up with in Astro. And you guys were talking about what's holding up this movie. What's holding up all these twin flames getting together? What's holding up all these mission partners getting together? Okay? We're also going to shuffle the deck. Divinely Guided Tarot. This is the Mage Tarot deck, and this is the Divinely Guided Tarot. So, besides teaming up with our Mr. or Mrs. T, we had our favorite archangel, which mine, of course, is Saint Michael. And you saw this card just want to fly out. Shapeshifter energy. Okay? So, that's one of the reasons why. Remember, all the cards I picked today are going to be why wait? Why are you waiting? Why isn't the movie happening? Why isn't the redemption appointments here? Why didn't you get your job? Why didn't you get your divorce? Why everything? Everything that you say why to. Okay? Well, it's saying because there's shapeshifter energy going on, meaning minions are still running around. We haven't cleared all of evil yet. Okay? So that's one of the main reasons. I'm going to make sure the volume is okay here. Okay? And get my coffee. So that's one of the main reasons, is because of the fact that there's a lot of shape-shifting energy going around. And if you don't know what shape-shifter energy is, please look it up and go into it. And the reason I always tell you to look things up yourself, because my opinion's only my opinion, all right? I really don't like giving my opinion, because opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, right? And my opinion is not necessarily going to be your opinion. And I'm going to give you an example. If I've been here 1118 with many zeros, and you've been here 33, that's a big difference in how many times we've been here. So that's going to be a big difference in opinion. I just leave it at that, okay? It's not saying that somebody is better or righter or wronger than another person. It's just that you need to find your own answers, okay? You need to find your own explanations of things, okay? Now, the affirmation was teamwork makes the dream work. Now, dreaming to me is astro. So I call it teamwork makes the dream work, the astro work. That's what we did last night. So we were discussing why everything's waiting, okay? The first card that wanted to come out was shapeshifter energy. So I want you guys to look that up and know exactly what I'm talking about when I'm saying shapeshifter energy. Okay? Bottom of that deck is the Book of Life. So everything is divinely timed. So if your answer was, well, it's not divinely timed yet, that could be true, okay? The Book of Life, when you go to Astro, you can check it all out. We've had to rewrite it because it was messed with. It's all good now. You can go to your Book of Life. You can ask your angels. You can ask your guides. Take me to my Book of Life. That's how we redo our soul contracts. So most of you know all of this in Astro, but I'm just telling it to you now if you want things to look up and dive into the Book of Life, dive into soul contracts, dive into shapeshifter energy. Okay? Underneath the Book of Life is the Privileged Lady, but it's in reverse. Okay? The Privileged Lady should be up forward like this, but she's not. So it's telling me a few things. It's telling me that you don't have your partner, so you don't feel privileged. You wish you could have your partner. It's also telling me that you're working on it. You're working on becoming a privileged lady, okay? But it's in reverse, so it is kind of a sign here that the shapeshifter energy is probably a female energy and also probably messing with your female side, okay? This is some heavy, heavy energy yesterday and today. We had the devil card yesterday on a short, and I wrote in the comments, but not all you read the comments, but when I do a shorts and I put a song with the shorts, I don't script it. So yesterday when she was singing about the devil, Lady Gaga herself was singing Abracadabra on my shorts, and she sang about the devil card showed itself. So my shorts are really important. They're more important than anything, really, because it's 60 seconds or 15 seconds, depending on, and it's right to the point. The card is telling you what the song is saying. Now, the same with me talking. I'm talking about shapeshifter energy. I'm talking about the Book of Life. I'm talking about the Privileged Lady in reverse. That's some heavy duty stuff, okay? We've got downloads, visions, and dreams, and that's what's going on in the astral. We're trying to figure out why the wait. Why is this taking so long? Why is that taking so long? Okay? Now, to figure it out in 3 and 4D, it's kind of useless because we just have to let it flow here. That's why you're always hearing surrender and flow, because here you really have to just let the movie play out. It's kind of like this. You're an actor in Hollywood, okay? And you're figuring out all the scenes. That's what we're doing in Astro. Then you go to the theater and you watch the movie. That's where we're at when we wake up. When we're in physical avatars, when we're sitting right here listening to this video, right? You can't get to the end before the end. It's a movie. You're watching me on a video play out. You go to a theater and you're watching the movie. You have to wait. You have to sit there and wait till the end. So you get it? In Astro, we're the actors making the movie, and here we're the participants surrender and flow and watching the movie. Okay? So that is why we're waiting. I just went to go get my coffee out of the microwave, and I've already had made it. Okay? That's my life. Welcome to my life. That's how I am here in 4D. 3D. I'm in 4D, but this is 3D. I forget I did things and I go back to do it again because it's like I'm on all these different dimensions. So you're getting lots of downloads, okay? The masks are off. You're really starting to see things for what they are because you're being divinely guided, okay? The reason why you're watching this video right now is because you want information. You want more information, right? Well, you're getting it, okay? So the masks are coming off. You're seeing people for who they really are. You're being divinely guided. Just like last night in Astro with your Mr. and Mrs. T and your angel. We're bringing that now into the movie. So what am I doing today? I'm talking to you about what we did last night. That's bringing the movie in Astro, us doing it into right now, and you're getting it right now. Okay? They're saying you're not being unique enough because it's in reverse. So we're going to go back to privileged lady in reverse and unique personal expressions in reverse. Okay? That'd be like me saying, I don't want to do that video today. I don't want to tell them about Astro. Okay, I don't have to. Nobody's making me, and I don't do it. That's the privileged lady and the unique personality in reverse. I'm just not going to do it. I'm just going to go sit in the corner and pout, okay? Teamwork is the dream work. Teamwork is astro work, okay? Get yourself upright. Get to look like that if you're a female. If you're a male, well, you want your feminine side like that, but not your male side. There's a cross-dresser in my book I'm reading, and the bounty hunters are going through hell. But there's a cross-dresser, so if you're a male, you may dress like that. He says he's not gay, but he makes lots of money. Okay, so he's being unique. Okay, you see what I'm saying? Don't be afraid to be what you want to be. And the fun thing about the Matrix is you can do that. You can have a job at night being a cross-dresser. You can have a job at night doing what you want to do. You think it's fun. You know, that's okay. Have fun. Dance like nobody's watching. And that was the next card. Isn't that funny? So it's all good. It's just be more yourself and go into that book of life. Redo that soul contract. But just remember, when you're here, we have to let everything play out. Now, why? We said, why is this all happening? Shapeshifter energy, dark female, but it's in reverse. So what is that telling us? It's telling us that we are catching on to this shit. We are embracing our shadow self. We are seeing the deeds that are done in the dark. So in Astro, we're seeing all this shit. Last night, for the last 3-4 nights, I've been telling St. Michael, go ahead, because he really does have to have our permission. He doesn't have to have our permission if he's protecting us. But if it's like a free will thing, like we walk in and we see, I'll give you an example. I walked in and I seen a girl with a voodoo doll, and it was me, and she had her hand on the doll like this. So her thumb was pressing on my leg because she was holding the doll, right? And in my bed, I woke up from it because it was so painful, right? Well, St. Michael, he'll just take care of it. But since I saw it and I was there with him, I said, take care of it. And we kind of call that the off with the head thing. So if you know, you know. But yeah, so she no longer exists. These are the things that are really hard to explain, but that's what's going on. It's going on everywhere. When you're divinely protected, you don't have to give permission. But I'm just saying, I was right there. I saw it, he saw it, Tasha saw it, and we just said, off with her, right? Okay, so that's why the dark feminine is in reverse, because we're being divinely guided. The masks are off. We're seeing everything. Our book of life is wide open. We're getting so many downloads, visions. We're seeing everything. So the only thing they're telling you to do here is to quit being ununique, get your privileged lady upright, and dance like no one's watching. Again, okay? Now we're going to do the other deck. We're going to do the Tarot of Mage tarot deck. And on the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. So once again, it's just saying to be your truthful self. 10 of Cups. And this is my card where I show you it because it's got the devil holding on to her breasts, and you've got a little girl with a little boy all tied up, because it's talking about lust and codependency. So the truth is coming out about any of you doing your back room lust, and the truth is coming out about your codependency, and you're breaking that. And I just went through that big cycle of breaking the codependency bonds and the lust bonds that other people had over me and my soul contract. That's why some of them aren't with us anymore, because they let their lust take them, just like alcohol, just like drugs, just like gambling. And some of them had all the addictions, but that's why they no longer can be in the soul contract with me, because I'm the Queen of Swords, and we just cut that shit out. But it takes a while. 10 of Cups. It takes a while to bring fantasy and addictions and get them all out of your life. We have to keep questing the Ace of Wands. Keep on keeping on. And back to asking why, again, that's another thing with the Ace of Wands. It's an in and out energy. It's an energy where you feel really good one minute and the next minute you might not. Because of that shape-shifting energy, because of that dark feminine, that privileged lady in reverse. They come in and they come out, just like the voodoo doll lady holding my leg. That pain only lasted a little while, and then she was into another universe. But while she was holding my leg so tight, I felt it. But 30 seconds, 3 minutes is nothing compared to what she could have done if I wasn't who I was. So some of you that aren't who you need to be are getting messed with. Absolutely. The minions are running wild, but they're in and out. Ace of Wands. The Chariot. Things happen really quick right now. Just like I was saying yesterday about how 1 minute Camp Mystic was there, the next minute it wasn't. The day before that, I was talking about a guy fishing. One day, the next day, they can't find him and his wife anywhere. Okay? Things are happening really quick. Now, what we hope to happen quicker is, yes, our love relationship and our redemption appointments. Let's use them two things for example. 7 of Cups. So we've got about 7 different things that we wish would come into fruition. And it's happening, Wheel of Fortune. It's happening, and it's happening very fast. So 1 minute you're here, that's why I want you to really, really be in gratitude. Because 1 minute, so-and-so, your pet, a building, a job is there, and the next minute it's gone. Okay? The warning is the Death card. Everything, just what I said. 1 minute everything's there, the next it's not. Remember his hand. His hand is pulling back the curtain, and behind the curtain is a devastated city. But he's just looking at her and handing her a rose because they're not being affected. They're divinely protected. So you personally, don't wait. 6 of Swords. If you are one of these people that are in transition from a divorce, from a toxic situation, and you've been listening and you said, yeah, I'm moving forward, please get on your chariot instead of the rowboat and move forward now. 6 of Swords. Okay, the magician power. Don't forget, that was the same as yesterday's. If you guys did not see yesterday's short or video, please watch it. We have to use our magic power. We have to be the Hierophant. I told Lee in a comment that my Hierophant knows where I live, and I'm not dating, and I'm not doing no bangs in no parking lots. My Hierophant knows where I live. He's the mage. He's the Hierophant. And he will come when he's ready. But this reading is saying the Chariot and the Six of Swords. Get out of the boat and get on the spaceship. Okay, so we'll finish up with your soul contract, Two of Cups. So just keep playing out your soul contract. And I want to say hi to Gilbert and Randy. Thanks for being here live. Thank you, Gilbert, for the wonderful compliment. Okay, so we've also got, I just got a message from Stefan Burns talking about supernovas and dramatic changes. So again, just what I was saying, one day a whole continent could be here, a whole city, a whole state, and the next it's not. So please stay in gratitude. Know that you're transforming. I love these last cards, this bottom row, Death, Six of Swords. Six of Swords is under the Chariot. Death is under the Seven of Wands. The Mage is underneath the Ace of Wands, the questing card. The Hierophant is under the Queen of Truth. And the Soul Contract is under the Ten of Cups. Just what I said, breaking free from codependency, breaking free from addictions, all breaking free from the fantasy land to the real land. That's your soul contract. That's why we're here. Our purpose is to break free. Okay, you guys, I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.